Hi everyone, it's Don from Don's Family Vacations, and a lot of people say we take your advice all the time, Don, about flying into port the day ahead or 2 days ahead of time to make sure you don't miss the ship. But what is there to do in these ports? So I'm going to start a new series off about what to do in these ports before your cruise, and we're going to start off with a big one today. Port Canaveral in Orlando, Florida. And it should be no surprise, but there's a ton of things to do near Orlando, Florida, and we're going to talk about them right after this. Okay, well, obviously, the number one thing you can do, and I'm going to assume that you're in around noon on the day, so you have the whole afternoon and the evening to do stuff. So let's start off with the number one thing: Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, all the theme parks in Orlando, Florida. It's nothing to drive down and spend 6 or 7 hours in the Magic Kingdom or tour Universal Studios, or even just go to places like City Walk for dinner, or Disney Springs and walk around there. There's so much stuff to do, and it starts your holiday off in a really festive mood because the area is just made to brighten and cheer you up to get going. So the number one thing to do is visit some of those tourist attractions and theme parks in Orlando, Florida. Number two, a thing I love to do is cruise ship watching. Find a location where I can watch the cruise ships coming in, going out, or any ships for that matter, because I just love watching the boats and yachts and even tankers go by. And if you're in Orlando, because it's Orlando, you know that there might be a Disney ship nearby. You know that Carnival is in the area. You know Norwegian's in the area. There's a ton of different ships, and they come in at all different times during the week. So one of my favorite things to do is find a good spot and cruise ship watch and just get myself in that mood for my own cruise. Number three, if I want a nice relaxing place to watch cruise ships, Jetty Park, right nearby, is a great place to go. There's a park area, there's a beach area, and it's right along the exit for all the cruise ships. So it's a perfect spot to go with kids, have a picnic, do whatever you feel like doing, just relaxing, and just relax by the water, watch the ships, or play in the park, or sit on the beach. Whatever you feel like doing, it's a great place to just spend the afternoon. Number four, if you're looking for a little more of I want to see the area, the surrounding areas, but you don't want to take a helicopter tour, you can do that pretty well everywhere nowadays and things. How about going to Exploration Tower? It's right near the cruise port, and it gives you a great view of all the surrounding areas. And inside, there's lots of interactive things to keep the kids busy and yourself busy, and it gives a little bit of a nautical history about Port Canaveral as well. So if you're looking for something like that to do, it passes the time and you get some spectacular views of the waterway. Number five, why not take a quick trip down to Kennedy Space Center? You never know, you might see a rocket ship take off, and if not, you're going to see all kinds of large rockets. You're going to perhaps see the shuttle that's sitting nearby. There's all kinds of things. You're going to see the history. You can watch movies inside and take guided tours if you want. And some of these things are huge and they're cut open so you can see inside and what it really looks like. And you could just imagine launching into space in no bigger than your one-bedroom apartment building would be as far as space for the astronauts are concerned. In fact, that would be probably double what some of them had. So a trip down to Kennedy Space Center passes the afternoon. Number six, if you have the time and you're a little bit more athletic and you feel like doing something to get you in that spirit of holiday, why not go paddleboarding? Any hotel that you're staying at near the water is going to have access to sea-doos or boat tours or paddleboarding, wakeboarding, all kinds of things for you to do. So get yourself a little bit of exercise before hitting that buffet on the cruise and try yourself paddleboarding along the ocean, because let's face it, you're in the ocean, you're in Florida, and it's just fun. Number 7, if you want to get a little closer to nature, what I like to do is go to the Manatee Conservation Park. And there are tons of manatees and walkways where you can go and you can view all these beautiful creatures and you can see them. They're nothing around to disturb them. There's nobody jumping in the water with them. The only people that go in the water to swim with them, say, are the scientists who are looking after them and they're checking them out. But other than that, they're left alone. So it's not like a dolphin where you get to swim with the dolphins. It's just an observation area, and they're much more in their natural environment. And kids, when they see these things, just think they're large sea cows, and they just have a great time as well. So something to do to pass the afternoon is take a look at some manatees. Number 8, if you want to see some of the local culture and local art, head over to the Weiland Galleries, because they show local artists, not just paintings, but carvings and statues and things like that. They have local artists on location quite often, making their art while you are able to talk to them and watch what they're doing. You can buy them, you can just watch them. It's just like going to an art museum. And some of them are, and it's quite often just a nautical theme, the ocean and the sunsets and things like that. And some of those paintings and sculptures are truly, truly breathtaking. And I have no drawing skills whatsoever, so when I see these artists live, it really impresses me because I can't do it. Number 9 is kind of a mixture of bar hopping, touring, and exercise all at the same time. Why not take the luxury Limo cycle tour, which is a long cycle tour where you're facing sideways and you have a bar in the middle, and you're sitting there. You can have beverages, wine, beer, soda pop if you want, while you're pedaling, taking a tour, and someone's giving you the sights around the area that you're going to, and you're getting exercise at the same time. So as you're drinking those calories, you're burning them off. And if you have a group of people that can get the whole bike to yourselves, like a large family and that, it can really be a lot of fun. And it all depends on just how crazy people are, if they're as crazy as you are. So yeah, the Limo cycle tour is kind of unique in that area, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. Number 10 is a personal favorite of mine. Not only do I like to watch the large ships go by, but I like to walk the docks of all the private boats and yachts that people own along the shorelines, and just dream about someday owning my own boat like some of these. And they are absolutely gorgeous. It's a nice, peaceful walk along the waterways as you're looking at all these boats. I was walking by one boat, not in Orlando, but in Fort Lauderdale at one time, and I was taking pictures of boats, and a gentleman was on his boat and saw me and invited me on board, and he handed me a beer, and we talked about his boat and when he bought it and all the work that he's done on it. And it was really unique that, you know, people are just that friendly, and they see you admiring their boats and they want to talk about their boat, because if you're a boat owner, you love your boat. So yeah, that's one of those things I love to do, is just walk along the docks and look at all the gorgeous boats that are out there. So there's just 10 things you can do in Port Canaveral area. There are, you know, of course you can do food tours, wine tours, you can go to the Everglades, you can, you know, take a pirate cruise, you can take a casino cruise for the evening. There's all kinds of things you can do in Orlando. Those are just 10 of the things that I've done while I've been there. And yeah, just something to pass the time until you're on the ship in the next day or two. And I hope you like this video and it gives you an idea what to do. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more ports and more cruise videos, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.